Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aisyah binti Rasul. My matrix number is B122320059. So now I will present about control system and transfer functions for BERE 2363 for 2023 and 2024 for question 1. So what is control system? Control system is a consist of subsystem that regulate the output based on input. So the control system aim is to have input equal to output. So what is the example of control system in our daily life? So this is the examples. For the first is air conditioner. Of course, we know about it. And the second one is automatic door. And the third one is electric motors. So what is open loop and closed loop? So the open loop system is do not use a feedback, while the closed loop system is a use feedback to improve accuracy and performance. So if you guys want to know what is the another words that we use for open loop and closed loop, open loops is for feed forward, while the closed loop is for feedback. So this is open loop, or we call it as feed forward. So this is the block diagram. So as you can see, they have a 5 main components, which is this is input, go to the controller, and go to the actuator, go to the plant, and the last one, go to the output. So the open loop system does not have a sensor. For the examples is for fan and toaster. So now we will talk about closed loop or feedback. This is the block diagram. So if you can see the difference between open loop and closed loop, here, for open loop does not have a sensor, while for the closed loop have a sensor in this block diagram. So the example for the closed loop is an air conditioner and automatic door. So the question is, there are two types of control system. There are open loop system and closed loop systems. List 5 main components that are in both control system. So the questions, one main component in both control system, which is have in open loop system and the closed loop system. So as we can see, what we are discussed just now, for the open loop and closed loop, the difference is because of a sensor for in the closed loop, while the open loop does not have a sensor. So the main component in the both control system have an input, controller, actuator, plant, and output. So the next question is, describe 2 advantage and 3 disadvantage of closed loop system over open loop system. So this have a tricky question. While if you can see here, it's a closed loop system over open loop system. It's talk about closed loop system, not open loop systems. So the 2 advantage and 3 disadvantage of closed loop system is, for the advantage is more accurate and able to handle distributions. For disadvantage, it's a complex construction, difficult to maintain, and expensive. So here, I have extra questions. So just now, we talked about 5 components. Now, we talk about 6 components in the control system. So the 6 component in control system, we have an input, controller, actuator, plant, sensor, and output. So now, we will talk about what is transfer functions. Transfer functions is ratio of output over input in S domain. So here is the simple way to understand. Okay, in the transfer function, we can see and we can know about outputs over input. So the answer is in the S domain. So now the question 1b, a system is represented in frequency domain by the following transfer function. So this is the questions. So we can see is the CS over RS. So the CS is the output. So the RS is the unit step input. So this is questions is 1 over S square plus 3S plus 2 multiply with the S square negative 5S and plus 6. So whereas CS is the output and the RS is the unit step input. So the first one is find the initial and final output values. So the first step that we need to know is change T domain to S domain. So now we can see here is RT equal to UT. Why go to the UT? Because it's a convert to Laplace domains. Like this, for unit step, the time domain is UT. When it is converted to Laplace domain, it is 1 over S. Okay, so here is UT. It's convert to Laplace domain. It's become 1 over S. So for the step 2, we need to find CS. So here is CS over RS. So this is not fully the CS. So that's why we need to find the CS. Why multiply with 1 over S? It's a definition for transfer functions, which is a GS equal to CS over RS. That's why these equations multiply with 1 over S. This here is RS here. next, to find CS, it's become like this. Okay, so the CS is equal to CS over RS multiplied with RS. So the last one, we got the CS like this. And then after we multiply this one, we need to factor all the polynomials. So after we do this calculate in using the calculator, we got this one factor is s plus 1 and s plus 2. So for this part, we got the s minus 3 and s minus 2. Okay, so the step 3, the last one is we use initial value theorem, which is the CT at the 0 time. So the output of the system is 0 at time. So this is the formula. We convert it to this one, this CS. And then we cancel out the S1. So then we want to initial value theorems. So we replace it as equal to 0. So from these equations, 1 over s plus 1, s plus 2, s minus 3, and s minus 2. So we replace s as a 0. So 1 over, this one is s, is it? So we need to replace the 0, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 2, 0 minus 3, and 0 minus 2. So when we calculate, we got the C infinity equal to 1 over 12. So the second one is find the output equation in time domain CT. So the CS, we got it 1 over S, bracket S plus 1, S plus 2, S minus 3, and S minus 2. So the first things that we need to do is we need to do a partial fractions. So the 1 is the numerator. So the numerator is A over S. This is the first part. The second part is B over S plus 1. And this is 1C over S plus 2. E over S minus 3 and E S minus 2. So this part we go to the left one and this part we go to the right one. So the first thing that we need to do for partial fractions is we need to know the value of A, B, C, D, and E. So the first things that you need to do is how to find the value of A. We need to find the value of A, the first one. So when we want to find the value of A, we need to kill the others values, become a 0. So from this part, we can see that A is multiplied with S plus 1, S plus 2, S minus 3, and S minus 2. So they are not multiplied with themselves. That's why for A doesn't have an S. So A multiplied with S plus 1 for B, S plus 2 under C, S minus 3 under D, and S minus 2 under E. Same goes to the B, C, D, and E. They are not multiplied with themselves. So for B, have a S, B for the S plus 2, S minus 3, and S minus 2. So it doesn't have a S plus 1. Okay. So first things that we need to find the value of A, is it? So we just put it 1 over 1 is the numerator, okay? So 1 go to the left one equal to A. If for the first step is A, bracket S plus 1, bracket S plus 2, bracket S minus 3, and bracket S minus 2. So we need to put S as a 0. So we got it. A bracket to 0 plus 1, 0 plus 2, 0 minus 3, and 0 minus 2. So the answer is for A is 1 over 12. So the next is how to find the value of B. It is the same goes to the A. Like I already discussed about B, part of B. So it's the same things, but does not have a S plus 1 because they are not multiplied with themselves. Okay, so this is the step that here, put it here only, this part. So the S is equal to minus 1. Why is minus 1? Because we want to make it as a 0. It's a negative 1 plus 1 is 0, is it? That's why we want to get a 0. So for this part, just insert the S as a negative 1. So B, S is negative 1. S is negative 1 plus 2. So the S is negative 1, negative 3, and S is negative 1, negative 2. So when we calculate, we already get the negative 1 over 12. Then goes to the C part. So for the part C, S plus 2. So you can see now, we want to make it as a 0. So S is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So when we include it, S is S negative 2. S is negative 2 plus 1, negative 2, negative 3, and negative 2 minus 2. So when we calculate the part C, we got a 1 over 40. So same goes to the part D. Got this one. If part D, we want to get the 0, of course, we need to put it as the number of S is 3. So 3 minus 3 is got a 0. So when we put it as equal to 3, so when we put it 3 in this equation for S, so the bracket with 3, S is 3. 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2, and 3 plus 2, and 3 minus 2. So when we calculate, we already got 1 over 60. So the next part is part E. Same goes to the others. For E, S minus 2. So how to get 0? So we need to put S equal to 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. That's why the S here, that's why the S here, we put it as 2. So when we put it S as 2 in these equations, we got this, the answer is negative 1 over 24. So after that, we already got all of the value of A, B, C, D, and E. So the first part, we got 1 over 12 for the 1 over S. So minus, why we got a minus here? Because the answer for B, we got it minus 1 over 12. Same goes to the E. E, we got the minus 1 over 24. That's why we got it here. For part B, we got here, the answer is minus. CD is positive. So E is negative. So the last answer is, we got it 1 over 12 UT minus 1 over 12 E power of negative T UT plus 1 over 40 E power of negative 2T UT plus 1 over 60 E power of 3T UT and minus 1 over 24 E power of negative 2T UT. Okay, we got it negative here because this question is for the S plus 2. So when S plus 2, here the UT, we got the E power of negative 2T. Okay, so here is the extra question for partial fractions. This is the easy questions example that I can give it to make you guys more understand. So here the extra question is 5 over S bracket S plus 2. So as you can see here, we have only 2 parts, which is A over S and plus B over S plus 2. So if we want to find the A, we need to kill the value of B. So when we kill the value of B, so we put it, the 5 in front here, we equal to A multiplied with S plus 2 plus B multiplied with S. So when S equals to 0, we put it here as 0. So the equation is 5 equal to A, 0 plus 2 plus B as 0. So the B is cancelled out. So now we can find the value of A. So as we can see here, A is 2. So we put it A in front, and then 5 is divided by 2. So the answer is for A, 5 over 2. So same part for B is, if you want to find the B, value of B, we need to kill value of A. So put it 5 in front equal to A, same things, multiply A S plus 2 plus B multiplied with S is B bracket with S. So just now we put it as 0 to kill the B. So now we need to kill the A. We put it as what? Because here we have a 2. So to make it be a 0, so the answer is negative 2 plus 2 become a 0. So A can be 0. So here we put it as negative 2. So from the equations, is 5 equal to A, S is negative 2 plus 2 plus B, S is negative 2. So here A already cancels out because A is 0. So now we got it, B is negative 2. So to find value B, make it like this, B equal to negative 5 over 2. So this is summary. As we can see, what we have discussed just now for the open loop. This is open loop, doesn't have a loop feedback. This is forward. So we call it as a feed forward. So this is for open loop, while this is a closed loop. This is closed. So we call it as feedback. Go to the back, like that. So we call it as a closed loop. So this one is a summary for transfer functions. The formula is output over input in S domain. So that's all from me. Thank you.